Ten Commandments. How many here can name the Ten Commandments without singing? Yeah, you do. Okay. We don't want you to do it. I just want to know if you can. Okay. You can do it? Okay. Okay.
And it is with hand motion.
Hand motion? Okay. Well, now, don't you think you all should know the Ten Commandments? We are in church, right? It's kind of basic to our society even. So let me just teach them to you. It goes like this: up, down, to the side. That's the first five. Okay, let's do. Yeah, just do it with me. Up, down, to the side. Now, the other five is down, face to the side. What is it? Down, face to the side. Let's do all 10. Up, down, to the side. Down, face to the side. There, you got it. What else would I learn? Oh, maybe we should put some words to it. Okay. The first up and down, God is up and idols are down, right? So, no other gods, no idols. Okay, what is it? No gods, no idols. Now, as far as keeping things holy, His name is up and the day is down. Keep His name holy, keep a day holy. Right? Okay. So let's just do those fours. No other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep a day holy. Turn to your partner and do just those four. Okay, let's do it together, right? No other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep a day holy. Okay, you can do better than that. At least you can do it all together. Okay, ready? No other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep a day holy. Obey your parents. Now, I did that on purpose because, as I say, that's a little bit of weak spot right there, so I made you laugh. And when I did that, I burned it in. Except for Phyllis, she's still there. I just burnt that in. So let's just do it again. No other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep His day holy. Obey your parents. Turn to your partner, do that. Okay, let's do it again. Ready? No other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep His day holy. Grab that knife. This is going to be awful, but you got to do it. Ready? And now you don't say no, you just say murder. Murder. Okay? What is it? Murder. Okay, now, it's so awful that you put your hand over your eyes. Now, look through your fingers. That's adultery. You shouldn't even look. Sometimes you shouldn't look. Okay, what is it? Murder. Adultery. Now, we have this dead man here, and he's got that $20 bill in his pocket. He's not going to need it. Okay, so let's just take it. Stealing, right? What is it? Murder. Adultery. Stealing. I didn't do it. It's a lie. Okay, right? Murder. Adultery. Stealing. Lying. Put your hand right there. Look over at something your neighbor had and you love to have, like that ballpoint pen right there. Like this. Okay, what's that? Okay. All together. It's no other gods, no idols. Keep His name holy, keep His day holy. Obey your parents. Murder, adultery, stealing, lying, coveting. Turn to your partner and see if you can get through all 10. Oh, yeah, there we go, yeah. God told Moses, go down and talk to the people. Tell them to wash their clothes and keep themselves pure. On the third day I will come down and I will talk to you so they can hear me. When they hear me talking to you, then they will have respect for you for the rest of your life. So Moses went down and told the people. They did what they were told. They washed their clothes. They purified their hearts. On the third day, suddenly the mountain was on fire and it started to shake. There was smoke that went around the mountain, and there was lightning and thunder, and then there was a sound of trumpets that got louder and louder and louder until God said, I am the Lord God who brought you out of Egypt with a mighty hand. You're not to have any other gods before me. You're not to serve any idols at all. You're to keep my name holy. You are to set aside the Sabbath and keep it holy. You're to obey your parents so that you can live long upon the earth. You're not to murder. You're not to commit adultery. You're not to steal anything that belongs to your neighbor. You are not to lie to your neighbor or about your neighbor. And you're not to covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. People went to Moses and said, tell God to stop talking. If he keeps talking, we're going to die. Moses said, he's talking to you so you would fear him and stay away from sin. Hey, you go talk to him and come back and tell us what he said and we will listen. So Moses went back up the mountain. God gave detailed instructions on how people were to live their lives, and how they were to sacrifice so they could worship God. And he gave instruction on how to build the tabernacle so he could live among his people. And then God wrote his commandments on stone with his very finger. Now, when I was going through that, in your mind, were you doing what I was doing? Oftentimes when I will tell a story to a group of people and it happens to have a list in there somewhere, I'll teach the list to them. The story of the stolen blessing. Jacob steals the blessing. The crown jewel, the story, is the blessing. But it's the most boring part of the story until you teach it to the people. And they all learn that. And then when you tell the story, that becomes the highlight because then they're right with you. They are just tracking right with you as you go through that. So by the way, that story I just told had three lists. You had the list of what happened on the mountain, all those things that happened on the mountain. Then you have the list of the Ten Commandments, and then you have the list of what God did when Moses went back up the mountain. And I've got hand gestures for all those things. I just taught you the ones about the Ten Commandments, the ones where he said, he gave detailed instruction on how people were, and if you'd watch, you saw my hands do those things. You just didn't know what I was doing. And God gave instructions on how they were to live their lives and how they were to worship by sacrifice. And then how they were to build the tabernacle, and then he wrote by the finger of God. I was actually doing it, and you didn't notice it, but boy, I did, because that's how I remembered, going the various things.